So this is out of their Snow Surf series. It is obviously a very directional and tapered ride. I think it's about 292 up here in the widest point, and then it goes down to about 260 on the tail. So, it's pretty tapered. Its setback is about 27 mil setback, and it has their acceleration camber. So it's a little bit setback camber where the height is somewhere around the back foot, and then you get this flat section right here, and then it goes up into a rocker on the nose, and the tail just kind of continues down. So you get good contact, I think, out to about here, and then it's got a little bit of a kick up on there. Holy cow. That was a big beetle. It also has their low-key side cut, so it's not super aggressive. You can see it against the table. It's just kind of like a very mellow side cut. And then it's flat from the widest point of the nose to the front foot. So you get a very stable nose. And then the idea is that when you pressure down here, the front of the board just kind of lifts up a little bit. So, it's kind of like an interesting functioning snowboard. It works a little bit different than your traditional just camber board. But let's look at it on the table here to see how much camber it does have. I mean, it's got a, maybe a medium-sized arc on there. It's not super aggressive, but it does have a little bit right there. And then if we look at it, I think it's around here might be the highest point of the camber. And then it comes down. It's really drawn out. It doesn't come down really aggressively. And the contact point is about here. So that's way out on the tail there. And then it kind of touches and then comes up. So you're basically connected almost all the way down. And then this one comes all the way out, and then it touches the table about here. So just outside the front foot. And then you can see it connected to the table for a little bit, about to here. And then it rises up onto the nose there. So, I think you'd have some great float in powder on this board. But the idea is that, let's see if we can do it. Oh yeah, it does raise up. So when you pressure here, you can kind of see the nose lift a little bit, a little extra there. It's subtle, but it does happen. So I think that's kind of the idea, is like when you do that, the nose pops up and then you can go into the next turn. Or you can also pressure it back here and it'll keep the nose out of the snow, so you just never sink when it's soft snow. Alright, so it's got 2, 4, 5 inserts, and the centered stance is about 19 1/4. And then if we set it all the way out, you get 20 3/4. All the way in is 17 3/4. And then set back, you still get 19 1/4. So if we do centered, let's see, from the inner part of the tail to centered is about 9 inches. And then if we go all the way out to the fishtail parts, it's about 15, I think. Yeah, about 15. And I'm going to count it because the tail is still connected to the snow. So that's effective edge back there. So we're going to say 15 on the tail when you're riding it centered, and then about 25.5 on the nose. Wow. When you're riding it centered. So you get 10 1/4 difference between the nose and the tail. So what is that? 5 1/8 setback. That's a lot. I mean, there's a big nose on there. So let's check it if we set it all the way back. From the inner part of the tail to the second insert is 8 inches. And then if we bring it all the way, where is it? Around 14. Yeah, so we're going to say 14 from the end of the tail, and then on the nose we got 26 1/4. So 12 1/4 difference between the nose and the tail, so you get 1/6 and 1/8 step back on board. You know, and like just like the last one, it wasn't a ton of difference between riding it centered and setting it back, because you just like are already so far back. But you know, if you want that little extra help, then that's good. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, let's look at the base here. So really fast, just flat black, sintered base to keep it nice and fast for you. Yeah, so that is the Mermaid 151 from Gentemstick.